The story opens with Donald Trump walking onto the stage of a grand conference hall. The room is filled with thousands of attendees, all eager to hear his insights on success. Behind him, a massive LED screen displays the image of a partially built skyscraper surrounded by scaffolding. The room falls silent as Trump grips the microphone and looks out into the crowd. Have you ever looked at a magnificent skyscraper and wondered how it came to be? Every towering building you see today started with one thing: a foundation. Trump pauses, his voice commanding yet approachable. But here's the thing about foundations, he continues. No one notices them. No one applauds the workers digging underground or laying bricks. And yet, without that solid base, the building would crumble. The audience leans forward, captivated. Trump raises his hand, gesturing to the screen behind him. That's what I want to talk to you about today: the foundation of success. Not the glamour, not the applause, but the hard, unseen work that makes it all possible. He takes a step forward, his tone growing more personal. Let me tell you a story. A story about a project that taught me one of the most important lessons of my life. Trump begins recounting a pivotal moment from his early career. The screen transitions to an old, abandoned property in Manhattan. The land is overgrown with weeds, surrounded by crumbling walls and graffiti-covered fences. It's an eyesore in the middle of a bustling city. I remember standing on that piece of land, Trump says. Everyone called it worthless, a waste of money. But I didn't see what it was, I saw what it could be. He describes the skepticism he faced from colleagues and investors. Many questioned why he would bother with such a rundown property when there were easier, more lucrative opportunities available. But here's the thing, Trump says, success isn't about taking the easy road. It's about seeing potential where others see problems. It's about having the vision to transform something ordinary into something extraordinary. The narrative dives deeper into his thought process, detailing how he imagined the property's transformation into a gleaming skyscraper that would redefine the skyline. Trump discusses the first steps of the project: securing funding, assembling a team, and creating the blueprint for his vision. Each step was met with resistance. I remember walking into boardrooms, presenting my ideas to investors, he says. Some of them laughed, others flat out refused. They couldn't see the vision I saw, and I'll admit, there were moments when their doubts made me question myself. He describes a particularly tense meeting with a group of skeptical investors. Trump paints a vivid picture of the boardroom, the skeptical faces, the polite yet dismissive comments, and the weight of the moment. But here's the thing about doubt: it's not a stop sign, it's a challenge. And every no I heard just made me more determined to turn that property into something great. The narrative transitions to the construction site. Trump shares anecdotes about working closely with his team, from architects to construction workers. He emphasizes the importance of collaboration and attention to detail. Building a foundation isn't glamorous work, he says. It's dirty, it's exhausting, and it's often thankless. But it's also the most important part of the process. Midway through the project, Trump encounters a series of setbacks. Unforeseen legal issues, delays in construction, and financial challenges threaten to derail the project. There was a moment, he admits, when I thought about walking away. The pressure was immense, the costs were piling up, and the timeline was slipping. It felt like everything was working against me. Trump vividly describes the late nights spent poring over budgets, the tense phone calls with stakeholders, and the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. But then I remembered something my father told me, he says. When you're building something great, the challenges aren't obstacles, they're part of the process. This realization becomes a turning point. Trump decides to double down on his efforts, finding creative solutions to overcome each obstacle. He negotiates better deals with suppliers, restructures the project timeline, and rallies his team to push through the difficulties. The audience sees a montage of progress: construction cranes moving into place, workers pouring concrete, and the skeleton of the skyscraper beginning to rise from the ground. After months of relentless effort, the foundation of the skyscraper is complete. Trump describes the moment he stood on the site, looking at the solid base that would support the towering structure. "I felt a sense of pride that's hard to put into words," he says. That foundation wasn't just concrete and steel, it was a testament to perseverance, vision, and hard work. The narrative shifts to the completion of the skyscraper. Trump shares the joy and satisfaction of seeing his vision come to life, describing the grand opening ceremony and the reactions of those who once doubted him. "They said it couldn't be done," he says with a smile. "But we proved them wrong, and it all started with a foundation." Trump transitions from storytelling to teaching, drawing parallels between building a skyscraper and achieving personal success. "Whatever your dream is," he says, "it starts with your foundation." That means mastering the basics, putting in the hard work, and staying committed even when it gets tough. He offers practical advice for the audience, such as setting clear goals, staying disciplined, and embracing challenges as opportunities to grow. Remember, he adds, the stronger your foundation, the higher you can go. The screen displays images of iconic skyscrapers, each representing the power of a solid foundation. As the video draws to a close, Trump steps forward, his voice filled with conviction. "Some of you are at the beginning of your journey right now," he says. "You're standing on an empty lot, wondering if you have what it takes to build something great. I'm here to tell you you do." The screen behind him transitions to a time-lapse of a skyscraper being built, starting with the foundation and ending with a gleaming tower. Start small, start simple, but start today. Lay your foundation, brick by brick, and don't stop until you've built something extraordinary. Trump ends with a confident smile, pointing directly at the camera. And when you've built something you're proud of, share your story. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and remind them that success starts with the foundation you lay today.